Good evening, I'm Larry Eastep from the Central Illinois Weather Network. Severe weather continues to move across portions of Nebraska, Kansas, and Missouri this evening, and even portions of southwestern Iowa. Right now, you're looking at a regional radar view from the Storm Lab of the Central Plains, and you can see the storms that just stretch all the way along the I-80 and I-70 corridors throughout the Central Plains, all the way from North Platte, Nebraska, over to nearly Des Moines, Iowa, and then down through Kansas City and back through Wichita, where they continue to see redevelopment to the west. Thankfully, as of this moment, 11:30 Central Time, no tornado warnings in the past 15 minutes have been issued with this line, but we are seeing damaging winds. We'll take you to Storm Predator here and go into the Kansas City radar, and we can show you the picture from there is one of very heavy rain, especially to the areas east and southeast of Kansas City, over through Clinton and back through the Nevada area. That entire area of Missouri is under a flash flood warning. We can go over to Storm Lab and show you that from the Springfield, Missouri radar. And we can show you all of the counties in yellow there under a severe thunderstorm warning, and that includes the Kansas City, Lee, Summit areas, Warrensburg, and on down to the south. You got Bates County, St. Clair County over in Missouri, and even portions of extreme eastern Kansas, Bourbon and Crawford counties also under a severe thunderstorm warning. Then you have flash flood warnings for up to 2 inches of rainfall an hour further to the east. As these storms continue to move towards the east, very intense rainfall with those. We also have redevelopment of storms to the west over Wichita. Let's go to the terminal radar. This is from the airport out of Wichita, and look at this particular line of storms here that is to the northeast of the Wichita metro area at this time. 3 distinct cells here. You can see some flashing pink just to the northeast of Park City over extreme northeastern Sedgwick County, and that is definitely dumping some very heavy rains and large hail. That entire area there is under a severe thunderstorm warning as these storms just continue to intensify and really come together as some distinct supercells there. Almost looks like a donut as they all sort of form together and create a circle. Real unusual situation, but very high winds and dangerous lightning with those as well. We can take a quick look at some of the lightning returns coming back with that storm, and not seeing as many as we were earlier, but again, seeing that flashing pink there gives us an indication of some very intense reflectivity coming back, which tells us large hail likely and torrential rainfall definitely with those. Again, back to the Central Plains view, you can see these storms just continue to form west there, just to the south of I-70 over central Kansas, and that'll be more of the same throughout the overnight hours as the air is very unstable here in this area, promoting the development of additional storms. We'll take you over to the Springfield, Missouri radar once again and show you here we'll take the radar image off, and we can show you the Storm Prediction Center has brought an outlook out right now for most of Missouri, actually. Let's take the warnings off here too and give you a little bit better view of the potential for severe weather over portions of Missouri over the overnight hours. And you can see this pink line here is a 30% hail risk. There is a 45% damaging wind risk that also includes the Kansas City area, and then the 45% hail risk for large damaging hail goes right into the Kansas City area as well. So a lot to think about out that way in Missouri overnight, as the day one outlook from the Storm Prediction Center is definitely taking the concern to heart and predicting the possibility of a fairly significant outbreak of severe weather. And we'll pull out here a little bit more, and you can see the wide area here that could be under the gun for wind and hail damage. Stretches all the way into the St. Louis area over the next 24 hours, with a moderate risk of severe thunderstorms extending again over the northwestern quadrant of Missouri. Switching back over to Storm Predator here from Wichita, you can see these storms again forming to the west of those storms we saw just a few moments ago that are northeast of Wichita now, northwest, just to the northwest and west of Hutchinson right now. Another very nasty looking cell that's going to move over that same area that's been pummeled with large hail and damaging winds over the past hour or so. The development continues again to the west, and we also can show you here, if we can go over to stormreportmap.com, we can show you all the tornado reports we've had today already. One down in Tennessee, and look at all these tornado reports, these red dots out here over portions of Kansas, Nebraska, even South Dakota and Colorado. We'll zoom in here a little bit closer and we can show you in a little bit more detail some of these reports that we've been getting throughout the afternoon and evening hours have included very large hail and wind gusts in excess of 80 miles an hour at times. We can show you here a few more of those wind reports from this cell as it moved through portions of Kansas. And you can see here a little bit closer, 83 mile per hour wind gusts reported with some of these storms in the Wichita area, northwest of Wichita and east of Wichita, and then hail up to 2 inches in diameter. All these hail reports here, we can consolidate those just a little bit and show you again tornado reports with these storms, over 80 mile per hour winds. And as we move further towards the Kansas City area, the reports I'm sure will continue to flow in, as even up in this area we've had 65 to 70 mile per hour winds northwest of Topeka this evening. And not a whole lot of reports right now coming out of the Kansas City area yet, but with these storms moving that direction, I'm sure it's just a matter of time. Again, we'll show you these cells over Kansas we're watching with Storm Predator. It is going to be a very busy night for the National Weather Service as they continue to issue warnings and watches throughout the overnight hours and into the day on Tuesday. Thanks again to the folks over at the stormreportmap.com, Storm Predator, and Storm Lab. From the Central Illinois Weather Network, I'm Larry Eastow.